Y'all know I don't really do nothing like this here, go live or nothing like that. But this is for my son, and I came all the way down here to support my son, and it don't matter. Whatever it takes, whatever I got to do to come show support to my son, I'ma be there one way or another. I don't care what nobody say. That's my son. His mama love him, his sisters, his brothers, nieces and nephews, they love him too, and his aunts and uncles. So y'all don't let nobody else tell y'all wrong about his family, because his family is here to support him 100%.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. That was Marvon Sr. that you just heard speaking at the very beginning of this video. He is the biologic father of Marvon McRae. Those of you who have been following this story, you know that yesterday we did an introduction to the Jacksons and their interview with Without a Crystal Ball. Today we are going to go over the first interview that they gave with MollyGoLightly on July 18th. For those of you brand new to this case, we are talking about Marvon McRae, a 29-year-old Marine veteran from Yuma, Arizona, who is currently in a coma. Marvon Jackson Sr. and Wynette Jackson are the biologic father and stepmother of Marvon McRae. Due to extenuating circumstances, when Marvon was a child, he was adopted by his maternal great-grandparents and raised by them. But as you heard in the first few seconds of this video, Marvon Sr. has never stopped loving his son and still loves his son very much. That is why he is searching for answers of how Marvon ended up in a coma. Marvon Sr. and Wynette, his wife, have both spoke publicly to different YouTube streamers about this story and what is happening with their side of things. It has been recently stated that there has been confusion on Miss Wynette and Letitia being one and the same, people getting them confused and not understanding that the Jacksons and the Biases are two separate sides of the family, the biologic father side and the biologic mother side. Marvon Sr. and Wynette did make the journey to Arizona in the middle of June to see Marvon in the hospital. Seeking justice for Marvon started with Letitia Bias being denied visitation to see Marvon while he was in the hospital. Marvon Sr., however, did not let anything anybody was saying stop him. He went and made the trip, made all the arrangements to get his situation, which, yes, he has extenuating circumstances, and did have to put in extra effort to be able to make the trip from Georgia to Arizona. What I mean by extra effort is if you feel it's your business, you can search public records online. There is a ton of information out there for you to find. It is all right there. People are getting hung up on the word incarcerated. However, it is still used by those in authority to explain his situation. And no, I do not think that his current situation is anybody's business. However, there has been many lies that have been told and people covering up so many different lies and misinformation that has been spread. It is hard to decipher what is valid and what is not. We need to be very clear that Marvon Sr. and Wynette were not a part of this social media craze that started. They were contacted after the fact and got involved when creators started bringing them on for interviews. Also, fundraising for the Jacksons did not start until they had already made the trip to Arizona and returned. It was stated that fundraising was to be set for a return trip for the Jacksons. One thing that I am very unsure of that nobody has asked them that I wish they would have is, was there any agreement with Dre when they left that they could even text her for updates on Marvon? Have they attempted to text her for updates on his medical status and she's ignored them? I'm just unsure of what the future holds for any of this family, unfortunately. Let's get into it.
Dr. Dre over there in the hospital, denying you and saying that security needed to be called. And my heart, I could say, broke in half when she tried to deny you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not going to be making a whole lot of commentary over this video because I think it's important to hear the Jacksons' words from their own mouths. There are also 3 interviews with the same creator that we will be covering, and most of the other ones will be commentary that I will be adding. We are starting here because this was the first interview that they gave with MollyGoLightly after returning from their visit with Marvon. I do need to take this time and heavily advise a trigger warning coming up ahead. Please, if you have any sensitivity to talk about unaliving, please exit the video now. I totally understand how triggering and emotional this conversation can be for anybody, so please don't feel bad if you need to exit this video and not watch. I appreciate all of your views and everything, but it's not worth anybody's mental health to sit through something that they're uncomfortable with. If you find yourself needing to talk to somebody, there is always the option of calling 988 at any time. Don't forget that.
Can you tell us exactly how that felt, and like how did it feel seeing her? And did you know that she was going to deny you?
No, ma'am, I didn't have no idea of that. I didn't have no idea of it. It just was like, why didn't you want me to see my son? What is he trying to hide from me? Why did you got the doctors not giving information to him? Why didn't you have the doctor give the father the information on what's going on with his son? But she didn't. She had a family pass on it, and by her being a power of attorney, by her being his wife, they said that they couldn't get no kind of information. Only thing they could do is let me see him, and she trying to have us throw it out. So it really hurt it, but
of course it hurt. Yeah.
Got to see him.
So how long did you get to see him for?
Around about for a couple of hours that day.
Oh, for a couple of hours. And who was like the final decision maker?
She's the final decision maker. By her being a power of attorney, by they being married. That's
not that she's talking about who's the final decision maker. Oh, the hospital let us see him.
Oh wow. So
they said they couldn't deny us.
Yes, that's right.
They could deny us. That's what they said. They said that they just only can deny us information.
All right, so they can only deny information. So
Yes.
You're telling me that you felt it. You felt like she was hiding something.
Yes, I felt like that, especially when I seen with around his neck. I felt like she was having something.
What happens? What did you see? What did you observe around his neck?
He had a birthmark, like something on around his neck from one side of his neck all the way to the other side, like he was just healing up, but it didn't heal all the way.
Wow.
Again, these are just clips from her video on July 18th, where they asked Marvon Sr. to describe what he saw when he was in Arizona visiting Marvon Jr. There has been extensive speculation in this case of potentially what could have happened if this was not an attempt on his own life. So even though this was an interview with the family, there's still very leading questions to support or disprove theories that the creators and followers have came up with, in my opinion. Unfortunately, social media has played a negative role in the misinformation being even sent to the family, so they are still trying to weed through what is actually gossip versus facts. In upcoming clips, you will see that yourself, that they discuss many different things that potentially could have happened or potentially were done. These, again, are mostly all speculation, very little fact base in this interview.
Do you believe his son tried to hang himself?
No, I don't. My son is not suicidal, so I don't know where that comes from. I don't know, but it's happened. There's something else going on because I heard that they've been giving him Xanax and kratom or whatever the name of the drug is, and she's been going across the border getting stuff like that, and they doing a whole investigation now. They're trying to open back up on her because I just talked to one of my other sons, and he's doing a computer all the time, so he told me a lot of stuff that was going on.
Wow. So.
And now they got the hospital locked down. That nobody can see him because she got caught trying to give him something or something like that. She got caught trying to give him something or put something in his ear. Whatever, she got caught trying to do something, so she can't come back to the hospital to see him no more. They got it on lockdown. Nobody's permitted to see him. So the mother's trying to, some kind of way to get power of attorney, I guess, so she could come see him or whatnot.
Yeah.
So,
She's there, Mom.
Oh, she done made it there? Oh,
yeah, she made it. Yeah.
She made it there this morning. Yeah, very early.
Oh, okay. So I don't know what's going on right now with him.
She alerted me when she woke up, and she was ready to go. She is with her husband and her other son. They are in Tucson. I don't know anything. I did ask her, don't say anything. Don't tell me anything until after you've seen him. I think it's, sir, madam, I think it's really disgusting that this woman, whatever she is, this little, pardon my French, but this little bitch is treating your family and your son this way and making it so public. It's revolting. It makes me sick. And we have people all over the world that are watching and listening and praying for you guys. I know you can see it. I know you've seen me and Justin trying to work and help you guys.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Oh, God bless you. Yeah, you know what? It's tough, but I can only imagine how much more tough it is for you guys. Like I have to say, he is such a wonderful, from what we can see, he is absolutely such a wonderful person and a baby. He's a baby.
Yes, ma'am.
And a Marine. God bless him. And I just want to, like, so they wouldn't tell you what his brain function was?
No, ma'am, they couldn't tell me exactly nothing. The only thing they could do is let me see him.
Yeah, they can't give him any information because she's power of attorney. They can't deny access. But
Police report come out.
Oh yeah, that was the day. Yes, the day that morning that police report came out. That's 6:30 a.m. was the first day that I put the video out, and then hours later, that's when the police report came out, and you had already seen him by the time that.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Did she tell you what happened?
No, she wouldn't talk to me. She said that she won't talk to me. She'd rather somebody be pregnant. She said she won't feel safe, and she'd rather somebody else be pregnant. Because I tried to talk to her, and she recorded me that time too. I did not know she was recording me, but I said, Andrea, what did I do to you that you don't want to let me know nothing was going on with my son? She said, well, I don't want to talk to you right now. I don't feel safe. I have to have somebody pregnant, and I just left it at that.
Oh my goodness.
She records everything, absolutely everything, private moments, and yeah, it's just Von sister is in chat. Okay.
Oh my lord. I'll tell you one thing. You have thousands of people praying for your son, praying for your grandson, and these young girls.
Yes,
I hope that you feel the love. I hope that Marvon can feel it.
yes, ma'am.
Mr. and Mrs. Jackson, the last time you talked to Marvon, how long ago was it prior to the accident or the incident? Rather?
He was asking how long ago we talked to him. It was like a month before this happened.
A month.
Asking him about telling you asking him about when it was coming down.
Okay.
Wow.
And was he in good spirits then?
He finally found out about it. They had to around about 34 weeks ago, so we found out about Instagram or something like that. So she didn't let us know. Didn't make a phone call to try to let us know what was going on.
Oh my god.
This is Mr. Dante. This is where my husband is. He's like working at a Christian facility right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on, let me get.
Hi, Mr. Jackson. It's Molly and Justin again. Okay. So when you were in the room for a couple of hours that was at the VA hospital, correct? Wow. Okay. God bless them at the VA, huh? You know, because they gave Letitia the runaround.
Oh, they are?
Well, after.
She probably not. She probably didn't ask them because the hospital they probably son, so I'm pretty sure he got something she can even ask them if they can provide a room for them.
Yeah.
That's what we did because she needed to talk to the social worker that's at the hospital and get the social worker some information on how they can help her out with the room.
Again, I apologize for the audio in this video. The original audio of the video is not great to begin with, but then going over it always makes it worse. So again, I apologize for that. Hopefully you can hear it. You might be able to hear it better with headphones or on the original.
Wow. So, what was his childhood like up until now?
He had a good childhood.
Good childhood.
Everything was going fine with him until. Well, everything was going fine with him until he met that woman because she stopped him trying to come see his family, and I think he was trying to get away from him. So that's when all this started happening.
What did you think of her when you met her? Was that the first time you met her?
I didn't really like her because he told me that she made him be killed. Because he had one kid from her, and then he told me when he brought the kid down and he came to see me and my wife, he said that he had got killed and he didn't want me to tell his mother. Because he thought
I can't hear what he said.
Because I told him she got fixed and she already had 2 kids, and he was not like 26, 25.
Get closer to the mic.
About 20 at the time, something like that. And she had made him get killed.
Made him get clipped. Yeah. Wow. So, like, are you overwhelmed with these videos that are coming out of her life and her journey with your son?
Oh, yeah, I'm just trying not to look at it. I'm just trying to just leave it all up to God. I'm just trying to, because the more I look at it, just think about their love and it makes me very emotional. So I just try to just avoid it.
Yeah. My Lord. Was she there did she stay those couple hours that you were with him?
Yeah, she did in a separate room because they didn't.
Can you hold it closer to the mic? We can't hear.
Okay. Yeah, he speaks very softly. He speaks. She said.
Are you on the speakerphone?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
And
He's so sweet.
so what he's saying is that they put Dr. Dre over there in a separate room. She did not want to have them there, and of course the hotel overrode that decision.
The hospital?
Yes. And then Mr. Jackson says that he was very upset at the fact that Marvon Jr. was snipped, to not have any more children.
And then there was issue with his surgery as well, correct?
I think it was the knee surgery was the. Oh, there was.
He got discharged from the Marine because he had to be. He had wrong. He had hurt his knee.
What was his settlement for?
That was his information. I don't.
Yeah.
Get into this financial.
Oh no, we weren't asking for like the number. We were just asking.
I don't know what it was. I don't know nothing about that.
Wow.
I know that he had a knee injury. He was medically discharged from the Marine. So whatever him and his wife got planned out after that, whatever's going on with that part that I don't know none of, because he never shared that kind of information with me. Because every time that I did talk to him on the telephone, she was somewhere close around. So he acted like he was not scared. I ain't gonna say scared, but like, well, she around, I don't want to talk around her, and he didn't really give me too much information when it was on the telephone, because it seemed like he never by himself when he talked on the telephone, or when I do call, the phone just ring. I don't know if he had it or she had it, or I don't know.
Yeah, she did take his. Do you believe he's getting better every single day?
I pray that he do. I pray every night that he does.
Right.
And he
Right.
does it in his videos. And then she was spitting on her hands and rubbing on his face and saying that's inside her spit.
Yeah, what did you think about that spit on her face?
It's crazy. It just was crazy. That was awkward.
As you've been listening to this interview, I'm sure you have heard that a lot of the facts that Marvon Sr. has about this case actually came from social media. Sadly, a lot of those facts are at this point gossip and rumors, as the foundation of them is iffy. Also, remember that Marvon Sr. didn't go looking for help on social media. This was brought to him because the biologic mother, Letitia Bias, had been denied access to Marvon and she brought it to social media. Hence, they got the biologic father involved and the stepmother. That's how they're involved and why they were part of the story. And yes, they have already been there to see them. They never came out on social media and said that they were being denied, except when she was trying to deny them in the hospital, but she was recording that as she was denying them. They weren't expecting that because they had called the VA and the VA had told them that Arizona law was that they couldn't deny them. So that was great.
He really is such a gentleman. And even when he argued with her, he was still kind of gentle, being what he was working with. You know what I'm saying? you know. And the other man would have put it through a wall. You know.
Again, this is just something that I have to say. I don't find any situation of DV funny. There's nothing funny about DV, especially when you're talking to what you have called the victim's father in an interview and you make a joke like that. Just odd timing, bad choice. I don't know. It seems to be a continuing thing that these things are said and just brushed over.
When did you know Bond started having seizures? How long ago was it?
I don't know when he started having seizures because he never had none. He was coming up. That's what the reads on the film. He would have seizures.
You're right.
So
You're right.
he wasn't having seizures until after he got with her because they saying that it's something she could probably do to the kids because I think some of her kids do have seizures too. So
Yes. Well, she was the only one that didn't have seizures.
Just cried, standing open crying. I cried one day. I cried so long. The nurse just had to walk away because they have a little window they can look at us. She just walked away.
Is there anything you guys need besides prayers? I do have your Cash App up right now. It's $winners1970.
Yes, ma'am. That's it.
Okay. I was told that your trip was very costly, and hopefully there is people in the chat right now who hopefully can throw you guys a little something, and of course Justin and I will do as well.
Of course.
We will. So just look out for that. You're welcome. You're welcome. I mean, it was.
When we got out the elevator with Molly, she was standing like just a little bit when we got off the elevator. I said, Mom, there's Trey right there. I'm just so excited because we're there. We're about to see him. And she said, she didn't even look at us. It's just like she blanked us out and just went straight and started talking to the nurse. And it's like she saw a ghost because my husband's name is Marvon.
Yeah.
And Marvon's name is Marvon. So I said, there she is right there, Dre. And she said, oh, no, they can't be here. Can you call security? I'm like, what? So I just sat back and let my husband do the talking.
And you say that your son would never try to off himself.
no, he never tried to do that. No, he never tried to do it. He would never.
He would never. Well, yeah, he just. Go ahead,
Have they talked to the local police yet? If they have, don't tell us what they've said, but just have they spoke with them?
You said, did I went to the local police?
Have you spoken to the Yuma police?
I spoke to no, I haven't. I called and spoke to the detective.
Okay, that's good. That's enough.
I spoke to the detective.
Okay. Okay. You don't have to get into it. We just want to.
We don't want to know what you talked about. We just
They told me that they couldn't do nothing.
Right. Tucson can't do anything. Okay.
Right.
I heard that they're supposed to be trying to open the case back up because of the incident that happened at the hospital. That's what I heard.
Ooh, opening an incident. Okay, because of the incident that occurred at the hospital, and that incident.
That's what I heard.
Okay, so that incident being her trying to feed him something, correct?
Let's do something to him. Whatever she was trying to give him.
Spitting.
She recorded everything, so I don't know. Look at too many of her videos because it's just
Disturbing.
disturbing.
Yeah, disturbing.
It just make me, man. I'm glad I didn't film before I went up there, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to be as calm as good because it's just something else.
Mr. and Mrs. Jackson, I have to say that you guys have just showed nothing but class, and your restraint has been phenomenal. In this stressful time of of course, wanting to just see your son, which is what every parent should, and family members, as far as I'm concerned, should have a right to do.
That was the last thing on my mind because I knew I wasn't going to see him over another.
Oh.
Because I heard that, I think his mother told me that they probably wouldn't go, I had to have a family pass, but I thought that they told me that I didn't have to have a family pass, and I called her back and said that they said that I could come see him. So whatever situation would have been, I was going to see him one way or another anyway, so I didn't throw him all the way up there for nothing, I was going to see him.
Right. And you guys are in Savannah, right?
Yes.
Oh, so beautiful there. So beautiful. I love it there.
How long after the incident happened did you guys find out that this happened to Marvon?
I don't know. We found out,
But a month ago?
She just called me like 2 weeks before we went to Arizona. She called me and asked me, can I get in contact with you? And I called you like on a Saturday, and that's when I told you.
Oh, yeah, that's Saturday after I got off.
Yeah. And I picked you up on that Monday, which is the 13th of June.
Wow.
No, he was in the hospital. He was already in the hospital around about three weeks or something like that.
Yeah, Letitia said it was about 3 weeks before she found out.
Wow.
And I feel like he knew you were there. Like, how did it? Was there any response or anything, like when you would talk to him or touch him or anything?
Yes, I bought the move on this side of his head, and he tried to blank or something. But I told you to jail.
So you noticed that?
He moved his head from one side, yeah, do a heavy sign, like move his head from one side. I told him to move his foot. His foot had jumped a little bit, like he was trying to respond or something. And I asked myself, that's him, or she said it could be him doing that on his own, or it could just be his nerves.
Oh.
But I feel like it was because I asked him
Okay.
questions, and he kind of like tried to respond to it. Like he asked him a question and tell him to do this and do that. And he had I hold his hand, and he had like tried to squeeze my hand a little bit. I felt a little tiny pressure on it.
A little tiny bit.
How big was the mark around the neck when they were there?
One side of his neck to the other side, all the way on his throat, all the way around.
And was it wide or was it deep?
It was kind of wide, like a rope around his neck. It was like a burn mark all the way from around about like 2 inches.
2 inches.
They're like 2 inches wide because you could tell, because it was like it was healing up. You couldn't see it from one side all the way to the other side. The skin still like peeling from off it, like it was just healing up, like a burn mark.
It was like burnt and his skin was peeling. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If you do want to watch the full thing, including the pieces that I clipped out, the entire thing is her July 18th video on MollyGoLightly's channel. And I promise that the next video we do will be 99% commentary from me and less of these guys speaking, because I don't know if anybody else is sick of hearing these voices, but I sure am. I am so sick of hearing all of these creators' voices, not the families. The families is who I would love to hear. That's the people that I would love to hear speak. But it's usually the creators speaking for the family. We have learned a bunch of things since these interviews did take place originally. Yes, there's family drama. Letitia Wynette, Marvon Sr., their families don't get along, which is normal. There is nothing abnormal about family drama. However, one thing that remains unsettling for me is the amount of misinformation that has even been passed off by family. In this case, however, I think that's because most of their information has been collected from social media.
Did you notice if there was any marks on his arm?
Yeah, you have some scratch marks here and there.
There were scratches?
There was some scratch marks here and there.
It appeared as scratch marks.
Like somebody said, well, I heard it. She said he fell and hit his head, but I didn't see no head injuries or nothing.
He fell and hit his head.
That's what I heard she said. But
That's what you heard she said.
We can get answers.
Yeah.
Yes.
We suspect that things are not exactly the way the truth. I don't think the truth is exactly what Dr. Dre over there is trying to tell the world. And that's what we're doing. And he's still alive, and I'm praying. We're all praying. We believe in the power of prayer. Yes, Justin.
He was still on the ventilator whenever they were there, correct? I just want to be clear.
Yes.
He still was. Okay. People was asking in the chat.
Wow.
Mrs. Jackson, we'll be in touch.
We will. And thank you for talking to us. We appreciate it. You have my number. You can reach out to Justin and I whenever you want, and we're always here for you.
So now that we've gone back and you've heard the original interview with Marvon Sr. and Wynette, I would be interested to hear what you guys have to say. Some of you have seen probably the second and the third interviews that they have done also with Molly. I would love to hear your insight on what you think all of this means in the big picture. I also want to emphasize again that no matter what Marvon Sr.'s extenuating circumstances are, no matter where he's currently living anything like that, I need to make it known that Marvon Sr. didn't wait around for anything to happen. Marvon Sr. made arrangements and got to Arizona as fast as he possibly could, going above and beyond because of his circumstances to get permission to do that, because he wanted to be there for his son. And thankfully, because Marvon Jr. was still at the VA hospital, Dre was not able to deny them visitation to see Marvon. Tell me what you think. Thanks for watching, everyone.